Little package from China. I'm not sure whether this is helpful or not. Alright, so this is a little voltage and reference board that uses the AD584. Now the AD584 is not trimmable, so what it puts out is what you get. So this says a 584JH. The AD584J series has the widest variance. Say at 10 volts it has plus or minus 30 millivolts, as opposed to the K series, which is 10 volts, has a plus or minus deviation of 10 millivolts. 3 times the precision. The H series, either J or K, or S or T, the H means the TO99 metal case, which is this. Also available is the N series, which is the dip 8, the standard 8-pin dip. This board also has some resistors on it that have been measured with something. So we have a selection of voltages, 2.5, 5, 7.5, and 10. And we have a series of resistors which were 100, 1K, 10K, and 100K ohms. I'll let you take a look at this board. Now you see it's designed for a 32A 12 volt battery. 12 volts is just, and some people say is marginal, for the 584 device. These are the output terminals. They're those little gold rings. Power switch. I guess there's solder terminals for these precision resistors, or hopefully the precision. And this has never meant a whole lot to me. So here we have the output jumper set at 2.5 volts. This calibration sticker says 2.498. The bench meter reads 2.49920. So I would say that's about a millivolt off, but let's suppose you have what I have, a $35 meter. Okay, 2499, which matches the bench meter. We'll change it to 5 volts. The bench meter reads 5.003. Calibration says 5.002. $25 meter says 5.003. So this meter's keeping up with the Hewlett-Packard just fine. Try 7.5 volts. The bench meter says 7.50057. Calibration sticker says 7.499. So that disagrees with the bench meter by a millivolt. And $25 meter says 750. At 10 volts, the bench meter says 10.00408, 10.002, a disagreement of 2 millivolts, 10.00, which should make you happy. Let's look at resistance. Resistor says 99.952. Bench meter says 99.996. $25 meter says 99.9. So we've got a winner. 10K. Bench meter says 10.0182. This says 10.0183. So this guy, the bench meter likes it. And the little meter says 10.01, which is not bad. At 1K, bench meter says 1.00044. Calibration sticker says 100147. This little fellow says 10.001. So that probably is a 10.001. The 100 ohms says 100.040. Calibration says 101.332. No, it says 100. And this little fellow says 100.5. You've seen the results. Now this thing cost probably $13, dollar shipping, say $14. I've taken two of these 9-volt battery holders and I put some 2.5 millimeter by 8 screws. Now Phillips head seemed to just lay flush. The screw holes are recessed slightly so that we'll pick this one, it's near the surface. See, the head is almost recessed. I put nuts in, I don't know if I need the space or not. And one of these circuit boards, I haven't tried it yet. I was afraid of that. My AutoCAD predicted these two would fit. And if I had used these screws, they would have fit. And it predicted this was not going to work, but I bought into it. Here's what I intended to do. 2 battery holders, 4 screws. I got to looking at this and I thought, oh boy, my drawing's wrong, this one will fit. Well, it turns out my drawing was right. I should have believed it. Clear picture is when I used just one battery holder and it's underneath the circuit board. These 2 holes fall right on the grid. And you see this hole is predicted to fall not on the grid, but I fell for it. All right, back to the drill press. By the way, I'm using crazy glue to hold these together. And I've drilled the holes with number 40 drills, although maybe 41 would be slightly better. If you remember, I bought 2 of these generic 10-volt precision references. They were advertised as all 3 of these or equivalent. I have one left. I think I'm going to make just a 10-volt non-adjustable standard. Because it's 10 volts, I'll need to supply it with 18 volts. There's a completed non-adjustable standard module. Got an 18-volt power supply, pair of door cells. Now, this generic AD5A1, as I recall, costs $10. And it's within 2 millivolts of 10 volts. It reads 9.99821. I put a switch on it, and we'll store it in the off position. There we go. So I think I'm having one more pre-wired circuit board coming from China. And I have no idea when the delivery will be. On Banggood, I can track shipments. A lot of shipments, if you look at the tracking, are sitting in China, but they've been disinfected. Disinfection is now part of the tracking system. So I hope you're enjoying this series. I have quite a bit more to go. You know the routine. Thumbs up, subscribe, comment. Thank you.